All right, everybody, welcome back. So I have a ton of engines in front of me and in front of you guys as well. Obviously some are off camera, but I will show in a bit. But anyways, today's a bit special and also a bit different because obviously I'm doing a Locomotive roster and also just kind of like a celebration to my channel. We've hit more than 250 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. And yeah, and I'm going to show my entire BNSF collection and also my Union Pacific collection on top of that. So I do have the locomotives laid out like this and in a line. So you can see all of them all the way up to there. But I will show them individually, just for you guys to kind of see a better look at them. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this locomotive roster video. All right, so I do have a little bit of a disclaimer here. So some locomotives that you might have not seen are actually here, and some locomotives that you might have seen before but are not here, I either sold off or traded just for better ones, and stuff that I don't use I usually just sell because what's the point of keeping it. But yeah, just kind of a little disclaimer there, but I still have a lot of engines to show you guys. So yeah, we'll start off by this one, Santa Fe 640. All right, so we're going to start off by this Scale Trains Rivet Counter -9 here. This one's in the Santa Fe War Bonnet scheme, number 640. And this one's a early production -9. So this one has a ESU V5 decoder on it. It's a lock pilot decoder. I'm not a big fan of sound, so I just tend to do non-sound locomotives. It's also cheaper as well. So but yeah, really nice puller, pulls a ton of cars on my layout, and I actually got this one recently from eBay, so pretty nice. Just kind of let you guys look at that. 360, that's a little tough with the camera in front of me, but there it is. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, so moving on, we have BNSF 4313, which is also a Scale Trains -9. This one does not have a decoder on it. You have to put a decoder on it, but I will put a ESU decoder, lock pilot decoder. So get your 360 view on that one. So pretty nice engine. It also has delivered, so it doesn't have all the modernized details on it. So that's pretty much it. Not much to say on these. I will kind of go quick on all these just to not make the video too long. So yeah, now let's move on. All right, so next up we have BNSF 4158, which is a Scale Trains -9. So you guys will see quite a bit of -9s in this video because I do have a lot of them. This one has the PTC on top and the yellow reflective stripe, and it has a weathered exhaust stack. So pretty nice. I put a ESU lock pilot V5 decoder so I get all the lighting functions. It's actually my favorite locomotive out of the bunch, so I still have to put it with the train, so I will do that soon enough. So there's that one. It's kind of the same as 4313, other than it has the updated details on it. So yep, now let's move on. All right, so next up we have BNSF 5831, also a Scale Trains Rivet Counter. This one's an ES44AC. This one is a limited edition run that Scale Trains did. Decided to pick one up just to kind of have some more GE power, modern GE power. This one's as delivered though, from 2005. So I'll give you a 360 look on that one. I might get a 25th anniversary unit as well. Surprising that I don't really have one, but will eventually. So there's that one, and this one also has a ESU lock pilot V5 decoder on it. So I get all the lighting functions again, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. All right, so next up we have BNSF 5146. Sorry, I almost mixed that up. So this one's an Athearn Genesis 2.0. -9. So this one has a TCS EU821, I think it is. So it has quite a bit of functions for the lights, this locomotive. So just gonna give you a 360 view on it. So that's pretty much what I did to it. Just added a decoder and KD couplers because the McHenrys are not really my favorite. So yep, there's that one. On to the next one. All right, so next up is BNSF 1011. This one's also a Athearn Genesis 2.0-9. So this one also has a TCS EU821 decoder on it. So it's really nice. Lots of light functions. Really a great locomotive. And that's all I can say to that one. All right, let's move on. All right, so next up we have BNSF 5915. This one's an Athearn Genesis ES40ace. This one has a TCS 6-function decoder on it. It's a really nice engine. You guys seen this quite a bit. And I've also seen this unit in real life, which is also why it's my favorite, one of my favorites. Pretty much all these locomotives are mostly my favorites, but this one's nice. All right, so let's move on. All right, this one is BNSF 7033, which is an ES44C4. This one is an MTH, and it has a TCS. I don't know if it's a 2-function or 4-function. I don't quite recall. It's been a long time since I worked on it. So here you go. It's got KD couplers, PTC on there. It's a nice engine. All right, now let's move on. All right, so this one is another BNSF ES44C4. This one's an Intermountain. So it's already got like I think it's an ESU V4 decoder on it. So yep. Didn't really run this one a lot, or at all actually, because I need to like adjust the settings in order to make it run with the rest of my locomotives, but still really nice engine. All right, so now we have something unique, so or different. This one's a MTH-9 with Protosound 3. It's it's painted in the BNSF war bonnet scheme, and it's number 4719, the last BNSF war bonnet unit to be painted this way. So everything's factory except the couplers, which are were replaced by the KDs. So pretty much it. All right, so the next unit that we have here is a BNSF AC4400, number 5622. This one's a Kato AC4400. Runs really smooth. It's part of my coal fleet. So you can see here. And this one has a Digitrax 2-function decoder because these are connected with like fiber optics, and they're not separately lit like the number boards and the headlight ditch lights, but still really nice unit. I really like it. So there's that. Okay, so we're approaching the last of the GE units before I move on to EMD. This one's a Santa Fe 8-40 BW, so it's a wide cab. It's a 4-axle unit. So this has a Atlas decoder on it, so it is factory. Not much done to this one. I still have to put the KD couplers, because you can see it has the Accumate couplers there. But yeah, still really nice engine. All right, so for this one's a EMD SD70ace. This one is a later production BNSF SD70ace. As you can see, it's got the modern PTC and the reflective stripes. This one's an Athearn Genesis 2.0, and it has a TCS 6-function decoder, I believe. So it's really nice. All of these engines are pretty nice, and I really do mean that. So there's that one. Now let's move on. All right, so this one is BNSF 9271. This one's an Athearn Genesis, just a regular Athearn Genesis. So this one, you guys also seen this one quite a bit. My favorite SD70 aces to run around the layout. This one has a TCS 4-function decoder, and yeah, that's it. Next up is BNSF 9382. This one's a BNSF SD70 ace Thunder cab because it doesn't have the isolated portions on the cab. So it's a really nice engine. It's my only Thunder cab ace. And these are pretty cool to find out there in coal trains. Just because, I mean, they look pretty cool. So, yep, that's it. And, oh, and this one has a TCS, I think it's a 4-function decoder on it, or 6-function. I'm not quite sure what it has, but it is a TCS decoder nonetheless. So, yep. All right, so this is the last BNSF SD70 ace. So I don't have a lot, but this one's an MTH SD70 ace 9172. Not to get it confused with 9271. So this one runs with like the club layout and all that stuff. So it's kind of a beater to have. Already has a white roof and PTC antennas installed. And also got this one from a buddy of mine. So there it is. It has a Digitrax 2-function decoder. So there it is. All right, so now we got BNSF SD70 Max. I only have 2 of them. This one's a Kato, painted in the H2 scheme, number 8802. This one has a Digitrax 6-function decoder, even though it only uses like 2 functions, but it was a perfect fit for this engine, so decided to use that one. All right, so now we have a different paint scheme. This one's also BNSF SD70 Mac, number 9837. This one also has a Digitrax decoder, 6 functions. So I like these Executive Macs because they look pretty nice. They look pretty cool. And you still see them out on the road today, so decided to have one. This one is a BNSF SD70 5M. Notice that there is no isolated cab portion on the front. And this one is unique because it has the Santa Fe at the front on the cigar band and BNSF on the long hood. So it's kind of a transition period engine. And I do have another SD75, but that one's a SD75i. And I'm currently selling that one because I got this one and I thought this one was pretty unique just because of the Santa Fe and the BNSF on there. So, all right, now let's move on. All right, so this one is a Burlington Northern SD60M, number 9255. And this one is actually pretty heavy. It's a Proto 2000. I have a Soundtrax decoder in it, no sound. So, still holds up pretty well for its age. So it's pretty nice. I love the Cascade green that's on there, and it's pretty unique for Burlington Northern. And these are still found out on the road with their original paint schemes. Some of them were repainted, of course, and yeah, and I decided to get one because I thought it looks pretty cool. It'd be nice to have one on my roster. All right, here we have another BN unit. This one's an SD40-2. This number is 7817. This one has a Soundtrax decoder, again, no sound. So give you guys another 360 view. So pretty nice. And I mean, all these locomotives are not really weathered. I'm just gonna put that I'm not a big fan of weathered locomotives. So there's that. All right, but we're gonna move on to like the 4-axle EMD diesels now. All right, here we have an Atlas GP38 in the BNSF H1 scheme, number 2177. This has a Atlas factory-equipped non-sound decoder. So I have yet to put the handrails and details and all that stuff on this unit. So it's a nice little unit. Pulls plenty of cars. All right, so we're almost approaching the end of these units, but there's one more after this one. So this one's a Valley GP60 Santa Fe Bluebonnet scheme, number 4023. This one does have DCC, but I forgot which decoder it has. I believe it might be Digitrax, but I am not sure. And it does have nice rusted couplers and wheels, so pretty nice engine. It's got a beacon at the front, which makes it kind of unique. So, all right, now we're gonna approach the last of the BNSF units. So, yeah. All right, last but not least, we have a BNSF GP39. Has the Santa Fe Bluebonnet colors on it, and it is faded. And this is an Athearn Genesis unit. Right now has a Digitrax decoder, but I am planning to swap that out with a TCS 21-pin decoder. Has LEDs and all that fancy stuff. So, but yeah, that is pretty much it for my entire BNSF engine roster. And now I'm going to move on to the Union Pacific side, which is only like a few engines, but yeah. All right, so now for the Union Pacific part, starting off, we have a SD70M with flared radiators and the later production cab. This one's number 5222, and it is an Athearn Genesis. See, it's pretty nice. Like the flag scheme on there. And this does have a TCS decoder on it. So, all right, next. All right, so we have Union Pacific 8365. This one's a Thundercab SD70ace, and it is an Athearn Genesis. One of the first runs. This one has a TCS T4 decoder. And unlike BNSF, Union Pacific does not mind running Thundercabs on the front of, or on leading units. So there it is, pretty cool unit. All right, this one's Union Pacific 9082, another SD70ace with the insulated or isolated cab on the nose. And this one has a TCS T6X decoder, I believe, connected to a 21-pin harness. So, really nice unit. It has LEDs, factory installed by Athearn. So, yep, moving on. Alrighty, so last but not least, we have a Athearn Genesis ES44AC, Union Pacific number 5267. This one has a TCS T4 decoder on it. And this is, I think, their first run of GEVOs. So there's that. Pretty nice engine. It's really heavy too. So there is that. And we have finally approached the end of my Locomotive roster, my entire Locomotive roster. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I know it was kind of a lot of work trying to take every locomotive out of its box, but I know it's been pretty fun. So hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you again for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time.